show you how great I am.
G5Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. Let's get right down to business. WBC had their convention, and that's the place where they like to announce a whole bunch of things they would like to happen. So the WBC mandated a Triple G versus Jermall Charlo fight for the interim WBC title, and then the winner gets Canelo Alvarez. There's a lot of different layers to this, and I know I got a lot of family on here that's not from the States. So what I like to do when it comes down to certain topics, I like to give you the feel of what's going on in the States. So the feel that I'm getting from this WBC announcement is a lot of excitement, as if it's going to happen. And that's where G5Jeff TV got to stop you. Just because the WBC announces something does not mean it's necessarily going to happen. In a perfect world, I wish this fight would happen, because it is the perfect answer to what's been going on between Triple G and Canelo Alvarez. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you my opinion if it's a perfect world, and then I'm gonna give you the reality opinion. So I'm gonna start off with if it's a perfect world. If it's a perfect world and this fight somehow comes off, number one, Triple G doesn't have a network. So they would have to come to terms, Al Heyman will have to come to terms with Triple G and his team. That's number one. Number two, I completely agree with these two fighting, because no matter what you thought in terms of Triple G and if he won both fights, if he got robbed in both fights against Canelo Alvarez, bottom line, the books say that it was a draw the first fight and he lost the second fight. Okay? So Triple G is in bounce back mode. All right? He's in bounce back mode. And Jermall Charlo, I'm a fan of Jermall Charlo's, and anybody that's a Jermall Charlo fan, I do not want you to get mad at what I'm about to say, but it is facts. It is facts at the end of the day. And I'm not hating the player. I'm kind of sort of hating the game on this one. Jermall Charlo has gone through the process of becoming a mandatory. He's done everything that the WBC has asked him to do. Followed the path that they gave for him. But in reality, now this is the part I don't want you to get mad at. This is a perfect fight for Jermall Charlo, because in my eyes, I don't think he has done enough at 160 to be the number one and mandatory contender for the title to begin with. Let me explain. Jermall Charlo at 160 has beaten Jorge Sebastian Hyland and Hugo Centennial Jr. Where in the fuck did those two fighters get you a mandatory number one position in any sanctioning body? Hugo Centennial Jr., trash truck juice. Jorge Sebastian Hyland, trash truck juice. They're not good. Not good at all. Jermall Charlo has put in absolutely no work at 160, at no fault of his. Again, I'm a fan of Jermall Charlo, but he has not put in work at 160. This is where I'm hating the game and not the player. These sanctioning bodies like to give champions an instant either title eliminator or an automatic mandatory shot at the next weight class up. And I don't agree with that. Just because you put in work in one division does not mean that you're going to do it in the next division. There are weight classes for a reason. We've seen throughout history where guys move up too much in weight and they get handled at that weight class above them. We've seen it. We've seen it. I don't even have to go through any names, but we've seen it. So essentially what the WBC is saying is because Jermall Charlo beat Julian J. Rock Williams, that gave him a free go at the middleweight championship of the world. When has Julian J. Rock Williams become the bar to get a title shot in the next weight up? You see how that doesn't make any sense? The only way that should happen where a guy gets either a title eliminator or a automatic mandatory against the champion the next weight up is unless they are like a top 5, top 6 pound for pound guy consensus. And that's the only way this makes sense. So that's where I'm hating the game and hating the rules and what the WBC did to even make Jermall Charlo a part of an eliminator to begin with. There's plenty of guys in 160 that Jermall Charlo could have fought to show us that he's ready for 160. We don't even know if he's ready for 160. Facts. So this is the perfect fight to find out if Jermall Charlo is for real and if he deserves a shot at Canelo Alvarez in reality. Now the back half of my opinion is with the WBC mandating this fight, there's no guarantee this fight happens. Sounds good, but it's no guarantee this fight happens. Let me tell you why. Number one, Triple G does not have a network. If he decides to sign with a network that's not Showtime, ESPN, DAZN, whoever, that means Al Heyman and his team is going to have to negotiate with a whole nother network, including Triple G. That's number one. Number two, Canelo Alvarez owns the judges. He owns the judges. He's a great fighter, but he owns the judges. He gets every close call on the cards, and that's what a cash cow gets. So outside of a payday for Triple G, a third straight payday, there's no reason why Triple G should be going through hoops to get the Canelo fight for a third time, because if he's not going to knock Canelo out, he either going to get a draw, he going to lose on the cards. It is what it is. And then even if he did get a fight with Canelo Alvarez, he would get less money this time than he did the last time, because the last time he had all of the belts. He's coming off of a draw with Canelo where everybody said he won, and he had all the leverage. So he was able to get a good percentage. Now he lost the second fight. He doesn't have any belts. He has no momentum. So Golden Boy's going to bully him in negotiations at the end of the day. And the other problem that I have with this whole situation is that Triple G has legitimate options outside of this situation. He can go up to 168 and fight Callum Smith, the winner of the World Boxing Super Series at 168 pounds. He can go another route. He can wait for Danny Jacobs and Sergey Derevianchenko winner and go after that winner and get a belt and then come back to Canelo Alvarez. Or he could fight Billy Joe Saunders if he gets past Demetrius Andrade, if that fight happens. So I just don't want to hear people say that Triple G would be ducking Jermall Charlo if he goes with one of those options. Triple G has a lot of options at the end of the day. Now, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.